ready? Okay. Just, I thought it'd be great because my dad, probably not going to see him maybe the end of the season, I'm hoping, but we'll cross that when it happens. But he's going to leave after this game, so this will be the last opportunity he'll have to address us, so I thought it might be a good time right now.
Okay, well, first I want to thank you for making me feel so welcome. I have been in so many places, so many schools, and very rarely do I connect with a team, and I feel like I have, and that's because of you. You're a nice group of people, and I really enjoyed getting to know you, so thank you for that. I thought, when Kathi said, would like you to say a few words, I really have thought all day about what I would say, and I've pretty much come up with nothing. Because, there's a reason that this staff is here. And it's because things were not going so well. And what that means to me when you come in is you have a major challenge on your hands. And I've thought about that because I've been dealing with that with my son out at Virginia, and I've done it myself. And I thought back, well, what does that boil down to? What does that really mean? And there's no magic formula. There just isn't. There's not a whole lot one can say to you that has not been said. But it does boil down to motivation. When you play, generally speaking, you're running into an established program that is not starting anything new. And as I understand, that's the kind of team you're playing tonight, and you'll open up your conference play with that. It sounds corny, but you actually have to want to win more. And when I say want to win, that's everybody. That's one beautiful thing about basketball. Even those who do not play a lot play a role in this hunger to be successful. It's a beautiful thing about basketball. It's like that. And that translates, when I talk about hunger, people say, well, what does that really mean, wanting to win? It boils down to a possession battle. Every possession, you have to want to stop them more than they're willing to run their offense. And offensively, you have to be willing to get the shot that you want. That means your good players, your best players, have to feel the freedom to do what they can do, but everybody has a role in that. And that is the easiest way that I know to shrink the gap between whatever advantage your opponent might have. You take it possession by possession. That is the way it's done. If you can want it more than them on each possession and put that into action, you cut that gap. All you want is a chance to win the game when you come down the stretch. That has to be how you face it. That's all a part of your first major concept of humility. It's important for a team to know who it is. Because once it knows who it is, it knows what it has to do. And every person knows that and accepts it. Now, of all the programs I've tried to rebuild and all the people I've tried to help, it seems to always boil down to that. I have no work. You're doing the right things on the court. Your coaches are invested. I prayed long and hard for each of my children that they would be in the Lord's hands, whatever happened. And I feel that this is the Lord's plan for my daughter, and to be with you. And I know how happy she is to be here, happier than I've ever seen her coaching. In all the years that she's coached or been but I've been aware of it. And she's aware of the challenge, as I'm sure the assistants are. But you got to take it on that court, and you got to make it happen no matter what happens. And if it doesn't go well on one possession, you get up for the next one. And if it doesn't go well in the game, you get up for the next game. There cannot be any roller coasters. You just simply want it more from this moment in time till your season ends. Okay? That's about all I could think about saying to you at this time. And again, I just have enjoyed myself. I'm not gonna hang around by the locker room. I'm gonna watch the game, and then I'm gonna get home, get packed, and so on. Get to her house and get packed. By the way, I ate the salad. I hope you're not expecting that when you get home. Okay? Hold a good thought. And I'll be following. I don't know if I'll get back, but I've got to find some warm weather somewhere. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.